I think it's saying it's live stream now.
Yeah, you're live.
All right. Well, welcome everyone to the On Passive Milo Saturday Fun Chat Mastermind. Today, I think it's going to be more on the mastermind side because we have an incredible special guest today, which you're already aware of maybe, but I will leave that for later. First, I'd like to start by thanking the co-host, Lynn Nakamoto, Marty DeGarmo for starting the live stream. Thank you so much, Marty. John Barilla, Lister Tuak, and Bruce Gerstein for watching the chats. We just could not do this without you. Thank you so much for being here. And to all of the attendees here today on the YouTubes and on the Zoom. Without you, there wouldn't be a meeting. You wouldn't be here to discuss this incredible topic. So I want to start by saying, Lynn and John, is there anything that you guys want to say to start this off? A few words?
Well, I don't have much to say other than it sounds like we're going to have a really good discussion. I know Mario is going to give us some good information, and that's all about, I'm going to get to my work and what I do. So that's all I have to say is I'm looking forward to what everybody's going to hear today.
Thank you, John. Oh, and Marty, I think you need to make Lynn host, maybe? Oh, I got you. Oh.
Okay, so he needs to make me host, Marty. I know it's
I was trying to unmute
a pain and the you know what, but if you can make me host, then I can actually unmute. Great, thank you so much. We've got a great show planned for you. I'm really happy because Gina Lepa is our special host and she's just got a gift for hosting. And we have Mario Souza, and I understand he's a very inspirational speaker. So we're ready to roll. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome, Lynn. So without further ado, I want to introduce our special guest. He is an inspirational leader, a global leader of On Passive. He is a coach and an expert on heart-centered living. And he's going to talk to us today about how On Passive will change his life and of course, all of our lives. So Mario, would you like to unmute yourself and start your talk today?
Yeah, thank you so much, Jean, Lynn, Marty, and so many on this panel. It's been an exciting time for On Passive. I know that it goes without say that coming on, listening to everyone share their hearts is where I get filled up. There's no better place, no more transparent place that I could possibly be than right here with you guys in On Passive. And I know that I'm not always live, but rest assured that I somehow find time in the day, even if it's at 4 o'clock in the morning, to catch up on webinars. And I'm grateful to have the opportunity to speak and share with you today. I wanted to kind of start out a little bit with, with my story, a little bit with my background and what kind of brought me to On Passive and why On Passive is the only show in town. And everything that I had going on prior to On Passive is put on the sideline because I believe that On Passive at the end of the day will encompass everything that we dream of. No matter what direction you want to go, On Passive has a way. And I'll share a little bit about mine and the vision and what I saw. So On Passive was introduced to me initially in 2019, and believe it or not, I was one of those that passed it up the first time around. I didn't see it. I didn't see it because it, like everyone else, it seemed a little bit too good to be true. However, when I jumped on a webinar and heard Ash's voice and heard Ash's heart, that was a different story, because when I actually gave it a chance and I actually saw what this man was willing to do for all of us, it just blew my mind and said, I'm a big believer in possibility. I believe that anything is possible. And if you get the right people at the right time, moving in the same direction, we can move mountains. And clearly, if you can't see that yet in On Passive, you need to spend a little bit more time on these webinars, a little bit more time hearing people's hearts, and understand that, make no mistake, that what Ash is doing for all of us is divine timing. I am very in tune with what's going on around the world. I stay pretty connected with people in general, and there's a lot of people struggling and hurting out there. And I really felt right from the beginning that Ash's vision, although much smaller back then, his vision was developing with his team of founders, which are all of us, that him coming on these meetings, him listening to everyone's heart, this vision expanded and expanded and expanded. And we can all see where this is going. And at that point, I saw the vision. It was like, wow. And I immediately was able to see that what Ash was creating was something that I really, really struggled in industry with. You know, as a coach, I like to share my heart. I love to help people, but I do not like the shady marketing tactics that, you know, that are online. A lot of the business approaches didn't really resonate with me. And many a times trying to get clients became really, really difficult, because I don't know if you realize, but most of the time until we wake up, most people don't really know they need help until they need help. And the reality is that the more we as people can open up our hearts, really discover who we are and why we're actually here, the more we can find our authentic self, our own truth. And I was definitely able to see that Ash, that connection was right there. And immediately I was able to connect to say that, you know, heart-centered leadership is something I've always been about, but the whole concept really resonated with me when I heard Ash. I immediately was able to see some of the leaders, and I actually put the leadership to the test. You know, when I was looking at On Passive and I heard Ash, I immediately started to listen to Jeffrey Morlock. And at that time, Jeffrey Morlock, this was probably in the so it was probably May of 2020. And at the time, Jeffrey was looking for speakers. And I said, well, let me shoot a message to Jeffrey, and I'd like to maybe share a message about heart-centered leadership. And sure enough, within a couple of days, Jeffrey responds. And I was able to really see what On Passive was about, because they were actually putting me in front of a group of people. At that time, we were obviously probably under 100,000. Obviously, we turned into much bigger. But as you see the trajectory of this company, you see people's lives change. And we all know that this is really, at the end of the day, money is energy. Currency is energy. What we are doing, what we are receiving from each other, what we are receiving from Ash, make no mistake, let's not try to put these little peddly $97. This is an amazing opportunity that we need to continue to be grateful every single day that we wake up, to understand that there is some kind of alignment going on in the world with On Passive's timing and what's about to happen in the world. And it is just absolutely incredible. It just feels like everything is kind of converging for the right time and the right place. So when I really started seeing that, I really said to myself, you know what? This man is building a leadership team of just incredible hearts, something that I definitely can stand by. I had no idea where this journey was going to lead, like many of you, but I clearly was able to see that nothing that I had going on before, including my coaching practice, it just didn't make sense. Like On Passive to me made the only sense, because the reality is I no longer needed to run around the world trying to find clients so that I could survive, that I could actually be myself, share my heart every single day, and help those that want to be helped, and not really need to worry about the financial side of it, was powerful. Not only not need to worry about the financial side, but that I actually would have a tool that would actually help my clients make money before they would actually pay me a dime. That was just brilliant. I mean, at the end of the day, anyone with a heart would know that we would do what we loved, whether we got paid for it or not. And that's basically what On Passive is giving all of us, is that we can actually go and create any kind of life that we want and not have to worry about how am I going to do it, because On Passive is going to do it for us, and that we can take the time. So my passion and heart is really to serve the founders first, and anyone else after that, because here's the reality is we all know that if we really looked at our close circles, our inner circles, none of us really have more than even 100 people that we talk to and impact on a daily basis. And, when you really look at just what we have with each other, there is more need than there is potential for all of us by ourselves to make a difference. But together, it's amazing, what Ash is created. And if all of you have not really, noticed that the true definition of manifestation is getting people moving in the same direction, creating something that out of thin air that didn't exist, and it now exists. And it's I've never been a part of anything that's filled me up so much as the people of On Passive and Ash, because his heart is drawing some of the most incredible leaders. And here's the thing is there are so many leaders that don't even know about On Passive yet. So it continues to be exciting times that we all know that when this thing begins to launch, it's already launched. But as we continue to talk to different people and as people start to catch the vision of what On Passive can really do to different people's lives, it's pretty incredible. So my vision with On Passive is, looking at Academy, being able, heart-centered living to me is really being an on passivian, right? Being an on passivian, being engaged with On Passive is heart-centered living. We live our entire lives trying to create the future that we'd like to see. We've lived our entire lives living under authorities. It's time that we take back our sovereignty. It's time that we look each other in the eye and realize that we have the ability to move this world in a whole different direction. And Ash is at the forefront, and he's building incredible leaders like all of you that are going to come out, learn how to open their hearts, learn how to open up their throat chakra and speak their truth and make a powerful difference in the world. And so I just really wanted to share with all of you that I know that, again, you may see me here and there, but I'm always available to all of you, anyone that needs. I really feel strongly that we're moving into a time where I was born to come alive. What I see going on in the world, I know that this gift of On Passive was a gift that I wouldn't have to worry about finances, so that I could actually go and help the people that are out there waiting for me to serve. And I believe that's the case for all of us in our own way. And so if anyone out there, is struggling to find out, who they really are, what they want to do, and I know so many, that's my passion, is really to help uplift you, to help inspire, empower you, and just educate you on everything that you didn't learn in school. Because we all know that On Passive, there's no greater school than being an On Passive. With the leadership of Ash and so many different leaders, I can already envision an Academy, heart-centered living, where every one of you will be teaching on my own platform. I mean, that expand our minds, that's what we have our hands on, that every single one of you has a gift, and every single one of us is going to able to support each other's platforms to the world. And that kind of impact, there's no other place but On Passive. So, moving along, I mean, so that's kind of, my journey with On Passive is, the reality is how I make money today is whatever it takes to support my family. But On Passive is the lifestyle that I've always dreamed of. It's the place. It's the one that makes me feel like, I've walked around the world most of the time feeling different. But when I come to On Passive, I don't feel so different. I actually feel like I found a tribe of people that we can connect at the heart. And, we've been taught so much of our life to use the intellectual side of our minds. But when you begin to marry the heart and the mind, magic happens. And that's what we're doing, in On Passive. So, it's exciting times. And, like I said, I'm here to serve. Grateful for the opportunity to speak to all of you. And I'd love to answer any questions if anyone has any questions about, myself or, my vision for the future. But I'm locked in, I'm dialed in, I'm all in with On Passive. And I know many of you that I see week in, week out. I am grateful to be on this journey with you.
You're muted, Gene.
just wanted to say, Mario, that was amazing. As I knew it would be. It does seem, and I'm sure we all feel this, the ones that really have caught the vision, we all feel that, wow, it's almost like my entire life has led to this moment, and we're each bringing something unique, right? So you had this wonderful coaching background about helping people to live from their heart. And On Passive was really built as a correction to all of the I could say heart crushing that has been happening throughout the world, right? So your gift will be, a lot of us here have felt our hearts opening, have felt those dreams becoming possible again, and not only possible but probable and inevitable, right? But there are still some people that have a little bit of that closed off, a little jaded. I'm not quite sure. It does feel too good to be true. And your gifts are going to help them. And then together, like you said, we can all provide our own unique style of leadership that's going to speak to certain people in the world, and certain people will hear your voice, certain people will hear Lynn's voice, certain people will hear John Barilla's voice, and everybody will find somebody. It takes everyone, right? So I just feel so strongly that the timing, like you said, is so divine, so perfectly timed for everything that's going on in the world. So thank you so much for that. I don't have a specific question, but I'm sure we probably have some people on the panel here that do. So I'd like to ask if any of the leaders want to share a few words after Mario's presentation there. Marty?
Hello. Mario, outstanding, man. I heard you speak before. Outstanding. I was just texting with that. He said, are you on the Milo show? And I said, yeah, I'm listening to a diamond. He said, oh, okay, what's his name? So I told him who you were, but yeah, very good. Very good. You are what I call the core of Unpassive. And if everybody, hold on. He said, awesome. What's the topic, guys? Do you know?
How Unpassive will change my life.
Okay, let me type that. I'll come back on in a minute.
You know you're doing a good job, Mario, when you catch his attention, because he's got a lot of things vying for his attention. He's a busy man, but I think he has feelers. I think he has a feeling for things. Like, he will hop into meetings, and I just think he has a sixth sense for something that's really special and touches his heart, and that he knows is going to help build this company in the ways that you described. So well done. Well, while Marty is conversing with our CEO, Lynn, did you want to share a few words?
I think that, Mario, we want to hear from you more. I think you're probably really busy, but you resonate, I think, with a lot of people. Your heart speaks to us, so I'm just hoping we'll see a little bit more of you on webinars, because I think you'll reach a lot of people. I really feel that way, that you have a pool. I think it's because you have a heart for Unpassive and the mission, and you're a visionary. And when you speak, it just goes straight to us. It just gives me chills. So I really want to say that I'm grateful you're here today. And I'm hoping that you'll share a little bit more. If there's a little bit more you want to say, I'd like to hear more content, if that's possible at all. Maybe talk about your life and how it's been and how you got to where you are today. That kind of thing, I think, would be really interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. I just wanted to make sure I didn't hit mute. Yeah, absolutely. A little bit about me is I like to say I was made in Portugal, born in Canada, and I live in the United States. My mom was obviously pregnant when we moved to Canada, and so I like to say that I was made in Portugal. So kind of funny. But for me, I grew up in Canada and moved to the United States at 17 years old. So it was an interesting time for me as a kid because my parents were letting me move to the United States because I had fallen in love with a girl that lived in the United States. And so just like many people go off to college at 17, I moved to California to start what was potential relationship that became my first marriage. The reason why I talk about that transition from Canada to the United States is I really kind of started my life all over again. I was meeting new people, finished school in California, but I always felt there was a deeper meaning, a deeper purpose, even as a young child. Sometimes I didn't know what was going on with me or why I was making some of the decisions that I was making, but I always believed, and I believe that the universe is on our side, that it's working for us, not against us. And there are a lot of unfortunate circumstances going on in the world, and I just always felt, like I said, that I was meant for greater, and I never was afraid to take on challenges. I've been married and divorced twice. A lot of times, people out in the world would think, sometimes those people are not qualified to help other people, but I beg to differ, say that, people that have been through that are actually more qualified to to help people get through that. So I just really realized that I was able to go back and do a lot of healing in my own personal self, walking my journey back and just really understanding that nothing that's ever happened in my life I've never really been a victim. Everything that happened had a purpose. And the very thing that I believe why On Passive became a no-brainer for me is because I do believe that it's divine for a lot of us. This is not an accident that we are here, that we are pulling magnetically all of the right hearts to move this thing in the right direction. We're just getting started. This journey's been absolutely incredible. And for those that have been here even longer than me, I hear their hearts. I hear that passion to want to make a difference. And there's just really no greater place. And so moving to California was a big deal. And I stumbled like most, trying to find my way, feeling out of place, feeling like a lot of the people that I was connecting with as I got older didn't really resonate. And I was able to learn to love myself. I think that was my biggest breakthrough in life, was when I learned to accept and love myself, that everything that's ever happened, so-called, to me was actually happening for me. And just like Marty and a lot of people like to say, the pressure of how do you create a diamond? It's through a lot of pressure. And I know that I know I'm resonating with many, because just like Ash, just like Marty, just like many people, we're normal human beings that have gone through a lot of things to be grateful for, but also a lot of struggle. And at the end of the day, my life has always been about trying to serve other people. I worked in the corporate world for 16 years, started with zero education. Marty's story resonates with me because I was the guy that said anything is possible. Nobody's going to hold me down, not even in education. And I did become before my company sold, I became the director of operations from zero to hero. So I understand life is not about titles. At the end of the day, when you get up there, I always like to say, no matter where you go, there you are. So, I just challenge everyone to really, we're living in a time where it's important that we do a lot of self-reflection, that we really do connect with that heart. Because, some of the things that we're seeing in the world, they're not easy to take. They're listening to people struggle. It's not easy, but it is possible. We can make a difference. We can turn this around. And the reality is, when you look at the options out there, there's no option like on passive. So I know I'm a little bit all over the place. I'm kind of just shooting from the heart, but Lynn, I hope that kind of gave you a little bit more depth. And I tell you that I will commit to being a little bit more out there, because it is the right thing to do. It's important. It's time. It's that time, especially with Oak Connect coming out. It's going to be an incredible platform that we all need to really utilize. Yeah.
Absolutely, Mario. It was, I'm just reading through the chat, and you're just having such a profound effect. I'm actually going to get choked up here. Sorry. Oh, it's bound to happen. You're really touching a lot of people. People can really relate to what you're saying. And the fact that you're going to serve all of us and we'll serve with you is, yeah, I'll just stop there. Okay. Sorry, guys. Is there anyone else that wants to ask Mario a question here as we're getting emotional?
I did see Marty's hand was up a bit ago. So I know he wanted to say something, right, Marty?
Yes. I think he got sort of cut off there talking to Ash. So
No. I didn't have to say anything. I just was going to finish what I started, but no, Mario says the same thing. Look, this is a huge company. There's enough room at the top for everyone. And like Mario said, look, I love no more than seeing somebody new, somebody come out and say something, and you're going, man, where the heck have they been? Now, I've seen Mario in the past. He definitely needs to be more out than he is now, but because it can help other people, right? People resonate with certain people. You know, everybody says, yeah, same thing's being, I don't care about that. Nothing's changed. What changes is it's the right person at the right time. You don't know who's going to hear it when they hear it. I mean, like I said, I've talked to people over and over and over and over. 3 months down the road, somebody calls me and says, wow, this is huge, man. I never knew. And they've been in 2 years. When is their door open? When are they hearing? When are they listening? That's all. But everybody here that sits back and thinks, well, that's not me. That's bullcrap. It is you. You just got to find out who you are. What is it that rocks your boat? Everybody here has a gift. I believe that. I don't know what it is. I didn't know what I could and couldn't do. I just, because of my education and growing a family faster than I did money, I said, I got to find out how to do this, whether the odds are against me or not. In fact, it made it more challenging, because that way I would go after it until I got it. And after you do it, you say, wow, those people aren't that special. They're just people that did it. And everybody here deserves it. You look at these people that you might admire, and you'll find out they're just everyday people. They have problems. They're not that special. Someone want you to believe that they are here and you're here. The only reason they're here is you put them there, because they're not. If we push everybody to the top, it goes back to the conversation. I don't want to mention any names, but 6 months ago, this person was really upset. Why do people listen to, and he started making a list of unpassive. Mike Williams, this guy, my big behind, Mike Ellis, and he goes on and on and on and on. And I said, I'm going to tell you what works. Well, it doesn't matter if I like it, but this is what works. If you shine the light on others and you push others to the top, the reflection is brighter than the light you shined. It can't help but come back at you. And when it does, you're like, oh, I didn't know this was going to happen. I didn't know. You don't know, but like, whoa, what the freak? And then next thing you know, you become that person that you are. I don't think I'm anybody that wasn't. This unpassive didn't make me who I am. It gave me a platform to be more who I am, right? It doesn't make any of you. It's a door. It's a door that you unlock. I see people at the door, and I kick them in the butt until they come through it. But once they do, you have a new person. You can be born again at 55. You can be born again, and I'm not talking religious-wise, that you can be too, but I'm saying you could be reborn in life. You might have been knocked down for 40 years. Oh! You have a chance. You have a chance until you die. If you're breathing, you can make a difference. And you got to make sure that you take that chance. It's a huge platform. It's not about me and you. It's about us. It's going to be $1 trillion company. Find your lane and go slam that pedal, that floor to the floor. Hit it as hard as you can. Both barrels, whatever you got. Because you can't lose. You know when you lose? When you didn't try. Go for it. You have a voice. You have something to say. I hear people for the first time sometimes, and I'm like in shock. Where the freak have they been? And then once you do, Gene, for one. Here's Gene. Kind of quiet, did a couple of videos. I wrote her back, said, your videos are outstanding. Look at her now. One of the best spokespeople in Unpassive. Very clear. Everybody understands her. People like her. They didn't, Unpassive didn't make her. It put a door in front of her. She said, I'm going to open it. And she did, and she ran through the pig. Okay. So, no, we all can do that. Really, really. I mean, I've seen so many dead people that forgot to die. They're not living their life. They're just going through the motions. Eat, drink, sit down, watch TV, eat, drink. Next thing you know, you're 75 years old. No, 75. If you're alive, I don't care who you are, Unpassive is life-changing, not only by money, because that's going to happen, it's a done deal, but you can change your life to where you feel good. You have something to offer. That's far more valuable than money. You give somebody a raise every year. You tell them they did a great job, it knocks the raise right out of their mouth, right out of their pocket, and get them going, get them motivated. All you're doing is enhancing other people's abilities. They already have them. They have them. And that is the coolest thing for me. Find those people. That's what when asked, are you and Milo? Yeah. What are you doing? I said, I'm listening to a diamond. He never said, what does that mean? I'm not sure what that is. He knows exactly what I mean when I say it. Exactly. If he texts me, goes, what are you doing? I'm diamond hunting. I'm mining. And sometimes you go to a lot of people. And by the way, I watched Chris Johnson a year and a half ago. He's rocking back and forth in his seat and fumbling around with his hands. And I said, I'm going to get this guy to say something or he's going to blow up right in front of us. There'll be a mess. And I said, Chris Johnson, you look like you have something to say. And he went, I don't even know what he said. But there's sometimes in life you open up a door that you wish to God you could close. Okay. I'm trying to shove that big head back in the closet and he won't go. I'm just kidding, but look at the effect he had. Auto worker, thinks he doesn't know anything. He brought countries together. I'm hearing Indians go, hey, 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 hey. I mean, come on. Anyway, but everybody has that ability. Everyone. And that's what I pushed. You know, I said, look, all the leaders in the Leadership Council, none of them asked for it. Not one. I sure as heck didn't. We were doing Unpassive Nation. In fact, I told Mike and Dan, I think Ash is going to be asked us to the Leadership Council. And I believe our comment was, oh, crap. But, you know, I'm glad I did it. Yes, I got the bigger opening. And I think I can push more people to the top. Don't put just a hand down. When you get them up to where you have, push them above you. And don't be so proud that somebody can't be better or smarter or better talker. That's okay. That's not your job to judge. Your job is help people get to the top. Because the more people we bring into the core, the stronger the company is. There's a lot of people out there that don't quite have that 2020 Unpassive vision. The more we do this, the more they'll have it. And by the way, this is Mario's show, not Marty. Anyway, that's all I have to say. But great job. I love this kind of stuff. We could talk technical all day long, but this is what makes the company. It's the movement and the people. Thank you.
Marty, thank you so much. Mario, do you have a response to that?
I
That
do.
was a
Drop the
powerful
mic.
message.
Drop the mic and powerful, very powerful. You know, I love to listen to Marty, whether I'm on live or whether I catch the replay. I'm always inspired to see Marty's heart, and like I said, with so many, and his ability to stir people up, because that's what we're all here to do, is to stir people up. And to his point, you never know who that person's going to be for you. That's why for some people, these things are mundane. For others, they see the value because they see that there's certain people that we resonate with. And that's what On Passive's about. You're going to find somebody, you're going to find something that you can latch onto. And that's, really the message of Marty speaking is, really dig for your gifts, because On Passive has the platform to make those gifts come alive. And, and definitely I saw that, and I know many of you see the same thing.
Absolutely. Wow. Yeah, just the idea that people are going to finally be able to be themselves in all the beautiful flavors and textures that brings. And I'm just, yeah. Woof.
Yeah, one other thing I wanted to share, like on my website, there's three words that I like to go by. One is truth, love, and change. And when I say the word truth, every one of us has our own truth. We have our own journey. No two people are the same. No matter how much we speak, no matter how much you feel like I connect with Mario, there's only one Mario. There's only one Gene. And that's amazing. We're not copycats. And what Ash is really teaching us, what he's providing us, is that platform to actually go out and do what everyone said you couldn't do. What's one of the biggest issues in our world right now is self-worth. We beat each other up. We've divided each other. We have tried to be right all the time. And, it's time to put that aside. And, heart-centered living is really about everything starts with you, right? You got to get right with you. You got to know who you are, where you're going, where is your heart, and follow that. Get rid of all the noise. There is a difference between the mind and the brain, and a lot of times it just creates a lot of noise. So the more we can stay connected, the more we can come to these type of things to really cement why it is that we're here, but at the same time really find what is it that you want to leave with the world. I think we're kind of beyond you can do this passively or you can do this. The reality is this is going to provide something for everyone. You might as well find out what that is for you and just go out and live your dream, because Ash is giving us that ability. Grab a hold of it and take it. I know that I will, and I hope that anyone on here that feels stirred today, let this be the day for you too.
Absolutely. Wow, I feel like I need to take a breather break here. Okay, so is there anyone here that wants to ask Mario a question or make a comment on the topic, which beyond what Mario has said about heart-centered living, how On Passive will change my life? If anybody has a comment on that, you can go ahead and raise your hands, and Lynn will bring you onto the panel. Oh, Neeraj is here. Neeraj, did you want to take a few moments to share some words? Did you get to hear Mario speak today? Hi.
Yeah, I heard him. Actually, just give me a moment. I just need to change the background. It's a background for some other event. So let me just change the background.
Absolutely. And remember, anybody that's on here, if you want to raise your hand, if you have a comment or a question for Mario, any kind of comment on the topic, which is huge. It affects all of us, how OnPassive will change our lives. It's absolutely enormous.
And maybe
There we are, Niraj.
also, Jean, if maybe people want to talk about how OnPassive will change their lives. You know?
Yes.
That's exactly what I meant. Yes, thank you for clarifying that.
Mhm.
So first of all, thank you for giving this opportunity to me to talk. And like regarding Mario, I am a silent follower of yours. So you might not see me active posting on your uh, comments and everything, but I'm a silent follower and I follow you. Uh, and regarding Marty, everyone follows. Uh, so today's question was how OnPassive will change my life, and I think I look it in a different way because we are from different countries, so everyone looks in a different way. So hopefully, I look it in a different way. So I believe that I had read in a book of called Rich Dad Poor Dad that 90 to 95% or 99% of the people are fall under the section of employee section where they work 9 to 5, or they are self-employed, like a professional, like a doctor or a chartered accountant, and those will always be working throughout their life. So that is called the left quadrant. And Kiyosaki says that if you really want to be rich, then you have to be on the right hand side quadrant. And on the right hand side quadrant, who are those persons? Number one is business owners. And for the first time in my life, OnPassive has given me the opportunity to be a business owner. So that is huge for me, because the shift from the mindset from the 9 to 5 job to that particular quadrant is huge for me. Another thing is that once you come into that quadrant, and when you develop a system which OnPassive is actually doing for us, then a time is going to come when we will have ample amount of excess money, and that's where you start doing your investment. So that's where the third quadrant and fourth quadrant are there, and that's where you actually become rich. And I'm very really excited about that. Next is talking about rich. It has already changed my life. I won't say how it is going to change. It is. I joined way back in 2018 October, so a very early starting of OnPassive. And the mindset that was there in 2018 and the mindset that is there right now in 2022, there is a drastic change. And to be really rich and in OnPassive, you first have to be rich here, and that is exactly happened to me. So that is there. Third thing, uh, I'm very fortunate that I live in a good house, and I have a very small family. For two family members, I live with my mom, and the residence that I have is actually has 3 bedrooms. So the bedrooms are more than the family, and this is the first time that I have found a extended family, and that extended family is going to be the whole world. So that is going to make a lot of difference. Uh, uh, so these were the things I wanted to share. Thank you very much for once again giving me this opportunity.
Niraj, wow. You have a real gift for just really getting talk about value. You never just talk. You always have massive value. You make clear points. You give us something to think about. It's just, I really appreciate that. And I don't think I've ever really had a chance to tell you directly, Niraj. I really appreciate everything that you offer. Mario, did you want to respond to what Niraj said?
Yeah, I did. Neeraj, first of all, thank you very much. I appreciate your support. I've been listening to you since I've gotten on Passive, and I completely agree with Gene. Never had the opportunity to tell you, but I will right now, that you're always very, very clear, concise, and you're always, you can tell you're a note taker, and you always ask very heartfelt, intelligent questions, and provide great value, and I appreciate you for that.
All right, and we have some hands raised. Marcienne, I know you're going to have something wonderful to say. Can you unmute yourself? Or do I need to do it? Sorry, I need to do it.
Hello,
Awesome.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Oh my God, what such a great presentation. And Mario, this was handsome. And thank you so much for bringing our life back and reminding us what we are going and where we were before and the direction we have to take. This is so handsome. And since I joined on Passive, I believe that my life changed from that moment that I got that call and I accepted it. And if you are truly believing on this call, you will find in through you and around you how your life is changing, unless you are not seeing the vision. If you are on Passive and you have been there for like even a day or a week, a year, or a month, and you did not see anything around you that is showing some kind of change, it means you are not truly believer. You are just in and you are just waiting. You are not involved or you are not plugged. If you are plugged, you will find a change. I personally, I used to be a very shy person. I didn't want to talk to more than 2-3 people, but I have a breakthrough when I first go to Julie and Milo show. That was something that opened my life completely, and that was a change for me because of Passive. So I now start knowing that I cannot be thinking of my language barrier like something that is holding me to do things that I have to do. I just have to be me and just do like Maddie and other people said before, what you know that you love to do because it's part of this company. Sometimes what you do, you think it doesn't affect somebody, but it matters. I love to dance, I love to smile, I love to laugh. And I see that so many people, just this laughing and this dancing, he put a smile on their faces. That's something that changed somebody's life that you don't even know. You don't even know at the moment they need that little smile or that little something that is going to make them go away from their daily problems that they are having. So what you all have said here today is very, very important for us to know that how your life, how Passive is changing your life. This is an opportunity that we have for so many of us that are not speaker. We are not just like a speaker to go out there and make a volume of the things like other people, but we come to find out that we can talk to almost 100 people at the same time without nobody saying to you that, hey, you have to just get out, don't say anything. It's an open door. And plus you attend webinar, you come to find out that there's so many in you that you can share with other people. Because all of us have a different quality of life, and we come from different places. And sometimes even only your culture that somebody wants to know so much can help the next person either to improve or to do the things that you are doing. And you see, they are happy for that. So we just have to, as Passivian, the time that we are doing this, keep trying to share on our own way, not trying to imitate or to copy what other people are doing, because all of us, we have something different that one person can do, and they are just waiting for that thing to come out, and other people will pick from that. So if we do that, we will find out why we love this company so much, why this company is changing us, why this company is not only united us with all the love and all the compassion. We will find out that it was not by mistake that we are all together. It was meant and it was planned. We are now one family, the family of Unpassive. The family that forever, our life, our children, our great-grandchildren will say, my mother, my great-grandmother was part of the beginning of that company you are seeing. Because Unpassive is not coming today to go anywhere. We are going forever. We will be on net, online. And we, the founder are going to be the people, the historical people that at any moment somebody will be talking about Unpassive. They will always think about us. And we have to take that very seriously, because this is a huge opportunity that it doesn't come early in the morning to anybody. It's an opportunity. Everybody that have a name there that was branded, they work very hard for it. But guess what? Mr. Ash Mufara worked very hard to brand us. All we have to do is to follow the template and just be us and go out there and expose the company to more people by just saying what we know that is good and what we know that is true from the company. If we don't know, we tell them, go to this leader, they might explain it to you better. Or if you are a founder, go to your back office and you have a correct information from there. We cannot, all of us cannot talk about Unpassive products or Unpassive just because I am not a tech person. I'm just a layman person. But I listening to the old tech pro. I got it. I feel it. I'm listening to those that they talk about the other stuff in Unpassive. I get it and I feel it. I just listening to Mario, I was like, wow, where have been this person? I have never seen him. So a lot like him are still out there. They are still out there that they have a lot to share with us. And when we listen very well with our 2 ears, we find out that it's part of our life. So thank you so much for having me. Like I said, I'm at work and my phone is ringing already. I'm going to let you guys and I'll be back. I'll be listening. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Marcienne. Yes, it's when you see the vision of Unpassive, it's like nothing else is as important. It's just the reality. Okay, next up we have Naga. Naga, would you like to unmute yourself and share a few words?
Ma'am, thank you, Miss Jenny.
Hi.
Hi, ma'am. Hi. Actually, I have joined. I want to say something, and because of this Unpassive, I know the people's different countries and different areas in my India. I belongs to India, but I'm working in Nigeria. I'm working in Nigeria now. So since 2009, I'm working in Nigeria. So I get an opportunity September 2021 September. I get an opportunity. Actually, that man, I don't know who is that man. My wife was in one meditation group. She was in a meditation group. In that meditation group, that man has sent a opportunity of this Unpassive. I see. My wife sent me. What is this? See this. What happened? What is this PDF? She sent me. Then I see. I also see, and I see how is possible. How can people get money like this? How can become a owner of a company or founder of a company like that? I was just wondered. Then I studied 4 days. I get a one negative video and 99% positive videos and positive response I get. So I step forward to join in this. Then next day I started seeing webinars and attending the webinars. So people in our Unpassive is so much loveful and spiritual. Actually, they are spiritual. I observed each and every person. They are spiritual. They then only they entered the Unpassive. Other than the proper spiritual, they cannot enter the Unpassive. I observing the peoples. I am trying to give the opportunity to the peoples. Then they just ignore. Then I see how peoples are not entering in this. Then when I see the peoples, even Ashma Fares are also talking as a spiritual talking sometimes. Everybody when I see, wow, and I just surprised. Mr. Dr. Derek is there. He's very much loving me, and always I'm attending his webinars. Lynn Nakamoto ma'am, she is also very kind, and everybody like Julie ma'am, Susie ma'am, and yourself, and Milo sir, Charles Osong sir, and Marty Digamo sir, and now just now speak our Neeraj sir, Gushminder Jalan sir, and Mr. John, Mario sir. Wow, they are beautiful. They are very good heart and very beautiful thinking. I love Unpassive. I stay in Unpassive. I'm a I'm a lucky person. I can say. I can interact with different countries. Is not a joke. Thank you, ma'am. Maybe I may get a good opportunities, good apples. It's possible already. We are seeing. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you giving the opportunity to talk something. I cannot talk like this in any webinar. Give an opportunity. Thank you, ma'am.
Naga, that was wonderful. And I agree entirely. Unpassive is different. It's attracting people that have big hearts, that have, a lot of times that spirituality, not based on any particular religion, but a connection, a deep connection, a deep soul connection. And we've just become one big family. And I agree with you. It's just a wonderful feeling. And I totally feel your excitement around that. We're in a wonderful, wonderful place with Unpassive. And thank you so much for sharing your thoughts.
Thank you.
All right.
You're muted again.
Oh, apologies. Do we have any other hands raised here for questions for Mario or comments on the topic? I was looking across the panel and I thought of Listra Tuck and wondered if she, oh my gosh, did you just raise your hand? I was connected to you. Please share
amazing,
some thoughts.
Jean.
It really is a little freaky, actually. I would love to hear what you have to say.
Oh, well, first of all, I want to say thanks to Mario. We became friends on Facebook not too long ago, so I don't know a lot, but what you shared was amazing. Thank you so much. I don't have any questions, really. I just want to say that Unpassive has changed my life in so many ways. When I first came, I didn't intend to get this involved. Really and truly, I didn't, because I was doing something else that has gone by the wayside. Let that go. But Unpassive is addictive. I don't know how anyone could not be plugged into what we have right now. I don't get it. I mean, I'm addicted. My family thinks that I'm living, breathing, and eating Unpassive. I am. I really am. But I love it. I love it. And I know that one day soon, I'll be able to do so much more because there's such a needy world that we live in. And we will all, the ones who are plugged in and want to help more, they will be on board, just doing it, because it's what we're here for, not only for ourselves. Yeah, we got to look after us, and we will. But my goodness, the whole world is out there, and there are so many people in need, and I know that we will. That's all I wanted to say, and thanks again, Mario, and keep it up. One day I may just visit your website soon, probably, and see what you're all about. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Listra. And you just kind of took the words right out of my mouth. Mario, there have been several people on the chat who have asked, what kind of work that you do now. You've just shared that you're available for founders to contact you, but maybe you can tell us a little bit about your coaching services, and maybe give us your website if that's appropriate. Lynn, I think that's appropriate here, and so people can reach out to you now. And why wait? Let's connect now.
Yeah, so my website is, and keep in mind that as I speak, picture every one of you. What I have is basically what every single one of you is going to have as soon as OnPassive launches, is that your own brand. I saw really early on the importance of seeing social media, seeing a lot of the censorship, seeing that is not anyone's platform that can be taken away overnight, as I needed to establish something that was my own. And so when I look at like a domain, when I really look at OnPassive, you're getting your own personal real estate. If you look at the way the world is moving, I don't believe that resumes are something that is going to continue to be something as we move in the future. It's going to be websites. People are going to want to know a little bit about who you really are at all levels. And I think sometimes the resume kind of only gives the highlights, if you will. So like my domain is mariosouza.net. So, and that's mariosousa.net. And when you look at that, make no mistake that everything that I'm about is OnPassive, but I am branding the heart-centered living is because I really believe that's what OnPassive is. And just to kind of give you a little bit of an idea of what it's going to be like when you all have your own domain name, it's obviously going to look different. But Ash's vision is to promote, hold on, I just had some weird thing pop up, is to promote every one of us and make us the hero. He said that from day one. And so I hope that my website can serve as just a little bit of a vision as to what it's going to be for all of you. And obviously it's going to be linked up to everything you need, and the ability for Ash to add, whether it be ads or anything to your website. It's incredible. So anyways, as far as services go, I'm 100% in OnPassive right now. Yes, I'm a certified life coach. I really focus a lot on lifestyle design. That's what OnPassive is all about. It's lifestyle design. OnPassive is a lifestyle. But on top of it, if you're not into the community, into connecting like we are here, you can literally use the platform to do whatever it is that you want. Obviously most companies are giving you one website that everyone is hitting on with an affiliate link. This is building you. So again, I just wanted to kind of preface that as you look at the website, that you begin to envision yourself, because this is not about any one leader. This is about you beginning to actually see what this is going to look like as we move into the future.
Excellent. Excellent. Did everybody catch that website? mariosouza.net, correct? I already took a peek at it before the meeting. It's gorgeous. It is gorgeous website. And yeah, we can only imagine what OnPassive is going to do with our personal websites. We've seen what is already being done 2 times a week, and it's just phenomenal. The design, you know, they're just testing everything, colors, layouts, all of that. It's just, and all for us, you know, like it's just so humbling to me.
Yeah, and for a lot
that-
of us, you know, we had to learn
yeah.
some of these skills in order to even put up a little bit that's there. You know, for many of us, we don't have to do that. Like OnPassive will do all of that. That I'm excited about that, because I honestly, it's not something that I enjoy. You know, tinkering with. You know, we have to do what we have to do. But if I could not mess around with technology, and when I feel like it, that I have the ability to do that, it's exciting.
We will certainly have the tools to do it for the people that really enjoy that. Like my background was in graphic design, and I'd sort of kind of given up on it because the industry was not where I wanted to be. But with the tools of OnPassive, you can bet I'm going to play. I'm going to play around and just have fun. And there's no losing in it because the designs will be there for us. It's just if we want to use them, if we want to play, I just think we're going to be kids in a sandbox. That's the way I look at it. We have so many things.
Yeah, Gina, I had one more thing to kind of share with everyone, specifically because I am a coach, and I believe that with 1.4 million founders, I guarantee there are many others. And whether you see yourself as a coach, you know, or not, I believe that there are many in this company, you know, right now. But the industry of coaching, like many other industries, just like network marketing or a lot of other marketing, it is not where it needs to be. And so it is another area that I feel passionate about locking arms with Ash and all of you founders, is that today in the market, if you're looking for help, if you don't have any money, you're not going to get helped. That's a big problem. It's a real big problem, a problem that I struggled with selling my services simply because I'm just not willing to do some of the things that people are willing to do out there to go earn a living. And so I would rather kill myself until this is ready to go than to put myself through that. But I just want to make it very clear that as you're looking out in the world, once you start dabbling into coaching, you're going to get a bazillion offers of paying $5,000 to be able to get help. Don't waste your time. OnPassive has everything you need. OnPassive will revolutionize that entire industry as well.
I agree. And it's going to, especially through Academy, right? That's just one, you know, people could use OConnect and do it that way, use a YouTube, but with Academy, people that never even dreamed of being a coach, but always had it in their heart, now they have this beautiful platform. You know, at the snap of a finger, you can create a little video of yourself, create a whole series, have an entire thing to offer people. You used to be that person, and I'm not talking about myself at all, but just say there's that person in the neighborhood that people always went to visit and have a cup of tea and talk about their issues, and that person always helped them. That person is going to have a platform. That person is going to become a hero through the Academy platform, and just multiply that by, you know, millions, if not billions of people that have something that is special that they do. And OnPassive is going to enable all of it. It's just, that's what jazzes me up, is knowing that everybody is going to be, yeah, it's just amazing. Oh, and we have another hand up. David Russell from the USA. What do you have to say to us?
Hello. Nice hearing everybody. Some great topics and discussion. I just want to share a little bit about how this is going to change my life. As with most of you, it already has, of course, because OnPassive has really given a lot of us hope for what is in the future, and hope carries you a long ways. But I'm retired, but I now see that I'm soon going to be working, but OnPassive is not going to be my job. My job is probably going to be managing a foundation to do what I really want to do, and that's to really be a funder for different foundations, different ministries, different projects, charities. I'm building my list. One of which is a group that is very successful at rescuing kids from trafficking. And they're doing a great job, and I'm going to be pumping some funding into that. And as well as some other things. I'm already funding a orphanage in Kenya, and kind of drained my finances doing that, but I'm going to be able to really help them. And I've actually made the leader a founder already. And he's going to be able to expand and take in more kids because they're topped out now, and you got registrations that people that still need help. But I think it's interesting that we don't have to look at on passive as our business that we have to be working, but it's going to give us the option to do what we really want to do. And so I found that when I came in August of 2018, things were just getting started. But very shortly after I came in, my sponsor, who was a full-time marketer, and since we weren't launched yet, he kind of lost interest and busy making money to stay alive with other things. But so I just went ahead and decided to be my own sponsor, and went ahead and started working on it with my team. But I think it's a great thing. It's really raised a lot of hope, and not only me, but the people that I'm working with, and they're very excited about what I've been able to share with them. So we got a great future on passive. It's the only thing that's really going anywhere, and it's going to really be a bright spot for a lot of people. And of course, we know now that with the branding that Ash has started, it's going to be a huge splash on the world scene very shortly. And people that we've talked to that couldn't get interested are suddenly going to go on passive. I heard about that. So it's going to be very interesting, but it's life-changing, and it's getting very exciting about where we're going. Thanks.
Thank you, David. I think there are a lot of people that can resonate with what you said about having a foundation to do and some people are joining up, like Pat Parent and David Rozalski. They're just, it's like the culmination of a dream, right? You've probably always had that sort of list in the back of your head. I have a binder, people have made notes and just always wanted it to happen, but just there was a part of us that never believed it would, right? Or it would take some huge windfall in the, something that we couldn't depend on. But wow, with Unpassive, we can depend on it. We know it's coming. We know the power of it. And now we can pull out those notes and say, what was that long list of dreams that I had that I'm gonna do? And so people like you that have already been thinking about setting up a foundation will be instrumental in talking to other founders who had that same sort of idea. And we can share, like Mario said, share just the information, so we're not reinventing the wheel every time to say, hey, this is how I looked into, like some people will set up an LLC or completely different. The world's going to be completely different. We may not have to do a lot of the things that we've done in the past. We're just sort of creating a new world, and we may never have to go outside the Unpassive platform to do a lot that we want to do using Bless and others. But so thank you so much for sharing that, David. That was phenomenal. Mario, did you have any thoughts on what David shared?
I did. Yeah, I did. David, thank you so much for sharing. And that foundation sound super exciting, specifically near and dear to my heart. You said is child trafficking, a major issue that I will support 100%, David, and anyone else that's looking to rise up in that area. You definitely have my support, and I appreciate you for tackling an extremely important topic.
I absolutely agree, Mario. Boy, we'll never run out of things to work on. The world it's got a lot of areas that can be improved, that is for sure. And just think 1.4 million of us going out there and taking care of business. It's going to be a beautiful.
one of my favorite sayings is the world is changing and we are on the transition team.
Ooh, ooh, I love that. I want that T-shirt. That is wonderful. Oh, I love that so much. All right, everybody. I know that you're all thinking of things. The way I'm passive is going to change my life. Something you want to share with the group. It can be something really, it doesn't have to be something deep and profound. It can be something simple as, I want to fix that car I've had since I was 15 years old that my dad and I bought together. It can be any way that on passive is really going to transform the way that your life was into a new way of being, or the way that we think about things has completely changed, has it not? We just sort of have a pep in our step, because we know it's not a pipe dream. It's really happening as right in front of our eyes. So I really hope we have some more hands raised here. We have a few minutes left in the meeting, and it would be wonderful to fill it.
How about something like simple, like give me a couple words that describe how your life will change, maybe 1 or 2 words, so they don't have to like say whole paragraphs, that would be something simple for those to kind of warm up to speaking in a webinar, something like that. Jean, it's up to you.
That's absolutely brilliant. So while you guys are thinking about the few words that you want to share, let's hear from John Barilla, Chat Commissioner. It is wonderful to have you here.
Yes, and that's one way that On Passive has definitely already changed my life. I would just say, what's ahead for how much my life changes, I'm not actually sure. But, I'm somebody that, after listening to Mario today too, I'm thinking, I'm somebody that when I came into On Passive, I didn't have a general view of how it would change my life, or even exactly what On Passive was really about, or the vision of Ash at the very first, because I was in over a dozen other, I'm going to say, we're not an MLM, but a dozen other MLMs or other internet businesses. And it was just another one of those that I'm trying to keep up with and check out and see if there's anything about. I didn't even have a clue whether it would change my life or whether I even cared how much I was going to pay attention to it, because I was giving it a lot of attention, technically the same way I was every other business, trying to figure out what am I doing? Why can't I do 15 or so businesses when I don't know anything from, all of that. So, but at some point, I did pay more attention to On Passive than anything else. And I not only plugged into the vision, but, I became so interested that I got very involved. And even I think beyond whatever this commissioner thing is, or the chat police, that's something that happened because I knew that I wanted to be active and involved in what this was all about. And so I figured, I have a small team and they don't even talk to me. And I have a sponsor who isn't even involved and doesn't think this is ever going to launch. And I'm like, where am I? I'm lost, and I'm starting to really believe in this. Well, what I decided was everyone in On Passive is on my team. And the way I went about getting active and involved in this was to just start getting engaged with people in On Passive. And speaking of coaching people, I'm certainly somebody that I never thought I would be helping other founders to understand and to help them get involved with the vision and all of that. So I'm definitely there. And beyond that, just to simply put this, how is it going to change? How has it changed my life, or going to change my life? Well, I was in all of those businesses. They're all gone, but I'm still in On Passive because one of the basic, simplest things is, I'm an older guy who is an actor, haven't made very much in my life. I consider myself successful only because I'm still doing it and I do it. But a lot of people look at me as someone who's not a successful actor, and we don't make that much money. And I'm thinking to myself, where am I going at 74 years old, which I'll be in about a week or so, 74 years old, and what am I going to do? And am I able to pay my bills anymore? Well, to be honest with you, with my Social Security, and I actually have a pension coming in from one of my unions, in my acting unions, I can't pay my bills. And all of my, survival jobs and situations, they're all gone. Mostly because of COVID and other reasons. But I'm sitting here realizing that this is the thing that's just simply going to help me survive and pay my bills. And then beyond that, I'm very happy that it's on passive that will be doing that, because I'm going to be able to see how much it will change my life in all of the other ways, the humanity way, all that kind of thing that I wasn't that concerned or even aware of for a while when I first got into this. I don't know if that adds to exactly what we're saying today, but I'm one of those people that is very involved in on passive in a very engaged and active way, and I'm really happy about it. The only thing is, though, I'm an old guy. I'm starting to really feel that the pressure of like, oh my goodness, I'm spending how many hours a day? Oh, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it, and I'm liking it, and I love everybody that I'm meeting, especially those that I'm getting to communicate with personally. Oh, it's incredible. The friendship all over the world, all that. It's incredible. That's all I got.
John, that is awesome. And you are, it's funny because with the background noise, it's like, I know that's because you have like all your devices going, you're watching all the chats, all the YouTubes, and you're doing it for all of us.
That's YouTube. I'm on all the YouTube channels. I'm sorry. I should have turned the volume down. I'm always
No,
doing
it's
something
okay.
like
I knew exactly what was happening, and I didn't want to cut your stride because you have so much passion, and you are doing exactly what Mario was talking about. You are heart-centered. You felt a calling. You said, you know what? The chats are, there's stuff going on in the chats. I can step up and do that. And that is heart-centered. You saw a need, you filled it. It's so beautiful. And we so appreciate everything that you do. And that goes for you, Listra, as well as Bruce. We just wouldn't be able to do this if you weren't doing that, because it would become a troll fest, right? Especially as the word gets out about on passive more and more. There's just, it's like moths to a flame. It will attract perhaps some unsavory characters, and without people like you watching to keep things focused and clean and appropriate and respectful, it would be a different experience. And you are so appreciated. So thank you. And I loved your passion. I love it. Your life has transformed, as has all of ours. All right, next up we have Akram Hussein. It's so nice to have you here. Sorry about that.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jean. And thank you, Lynn, John Barlia, David Russell, Lista, and Neeraj. Also, everyone, thank you so much to participate to this Amazon webinars. And I'm also really glad to see everyone. So today's topics actually really amazing, how on-passive will change my life. In a word, I can say that on-passive already changed my life, already changed, because you see that if my life will not change, so how I will come here? Everywhere there have a lot of on passive in the globe. So I met here, and it was also my dream. So now it has already completed. So I can say that on passive already changed my life. And you see, in my financial area, I already changed my life, because when I joined the on passive, that time I started also my online business at the same time, and I am doing that. I have no private job. And earlier I did the private job as a financial manager, but in a very good companies, multinational companies. But now I don't do. But now I am doing my own business in online business. I have also 2-3 store. Even I have made the Australian Amazon store I have. So I am doing fantastic. So financial side on passive already changed my life. Now I am trying to change my someone life at this moment. You know that Lin know, and also others leaders, Niraj know, they know that in Bangladesh, I have a good community. There we are trying to change someone's lives. So there, and we are successful at this moment. Already we can change someone's lives at this moment because they have come to the unpassive. They understand what is the beauty of unpassive. They can change also someone's lives. So at this moment, in the 2 years, 3 years, we did many things at this moment. But now it is the time. But after launching, we'll see some of the families, their happiness, their feelings, everything we'll see. So just we are waiting at this moment. So that this time is very nice, and that at this moment we are so excited. We are just waiting for that, because someone life already, I think it's huge, many peoples. You never think that when we meet any physical event, that time we understand that what on passive, how on passive will change our life, because I don't know more of the person, but they know me. So this is really fantastic, and this is really amazing, because you know that in the whole world, maybe I don't know, but they know me. Even I know them, they don't know me. So this is the really amazing. So Unpassive really it's a great platform, and there have lot of opportunity. We can change someone's lives, at the same time we can change our lives at the same time. So that is very beauty of the Unpassive. Thank you so much, Jean, for giving the chance.
Thank you, Akram. And I have to say that the Bangladesh teams have just, I'm blown away. Getting to participate on one of their meetings, so beautifully organized and so much passion and love. I just imagine these countries are going to be completely transformed. And we get to be a part of that. We literally get to be a part of a company completely transforming the world. Papua New Guinea, all these different countries are going to be, if we get to witness it, it's just so humbling and so wonderful. So thank you, Ash Mufara, wherever you are. Thank you so much. All right. Well, is there anyone else that is?
And I think, June, Jean, what we could do is have people put their comments in the chat for those who are kind of shy, but they really want to express themselves. Sure, put in the chat how Unpassive is changing your life, or has changed your life, or will change your life. Any of those is fine. And those of you who are in the YouTube chats, please feel free to comment as well. If we see it, we'll post it. I mean, we'll share it. For example, I have Rebecca Wambua. She is in Kenya, and she wants to say, because of Unpassive, I will be able to take my children to better schools and be a sponsor to others. So that was just a nice share that she had in the YouTube channel chat.
That's beautiful. And I'm just looking in our chat here at a post by Patricia Parent. Unpassive will change my life by having more angels to bless others around the globe, to build and change lives to a sustainable income for all. No more poverty anywhere. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, this is going to be fun, actually, because we do have some people that share beautiful comments in the chat, but they don't always get seen or heard by people.
Well, there's one that's really active, and I know, Jean, you've seen her before. His name before, Yin Yang. He's in a lot of the different YouTube chats and lives, and Yin Yang is very active, but doesn't speak, verbally, but is very active. And Yin Yang says in my YouTube channel chat, thanks for sharing, SM Akram Hussein. Unpassive is life-changing indeed. Unpassivians have so much to be grateful for. Thank you, Mr. Ash Mufara. Good job.
Awesome. And we have this comment from Bill Must, our beloved Bill Must. He says, believe together and work together. That's the real success for all of us. And it's so true, Bill. And you just, the things that you have done for this company will ripple throughout eternity. And I don't mean to sound dramatic, but that's just the truth. Truly your contribution has been, it's affected all of us, our backgrounds, the videos, it's just been incredible.
Yes, and Derek Mawira says in the YouTube chat, hello, Unpassive Company will help me reach more lives across the country. And we have Paul Welsh is saying, helping others is what I'm looking forward to. Very simple, but powerful statement. Thank you.
And John Barilla, when you're looking through the chats, is if you see anything that someone is posting that is along the lines of what we're talking about here, how Unpassive will change our lives, please feel free to share it here.
It's a great way to have people express
I
themselves.
love this.
Wonderful.
The YouTube chats?
Yeah.
Okay, I will, but I'll try to take a closer look because I've been really trusting my guardians today, and I've been popping on the chats and saying, hey, my guardians are here. Keep an eye out, folks, and I zip off to the next thing. So let me go and look at a couple
Okay,
right now.
and John, John, your audio is really, really weak. We can barely hear you. So you probably need to turn on one of your devices.
It's these things. Hold on.
Yeah.
And Listra, if you see anything that's
is this any better? Hold on.
Oh,
much better.
Any better now?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Now we can
Much
hear
better.
you. So we have in the chat, we have Clara Nolt, and she says, wow, what an amazing family we have here. I'm thrilled to be among all of you. I love you all so much.
I was just quickly saying that I'll look closer because I've been jumping in those chats and my guardians are in just about everything. So I'm saying like, hey, I see y'all here and I'm jumping to the next one, but I'm going to go take a look and see if there's some nice phrases I can come back with. I'll be right back.
Beautiful.
That's awesome, John. And Mario, as our special guest speaker today, if you are inspired by anything that people are saying here, or just want to pipe in with your own thoughts, please, anytime.
Will do. Thank you. Yeah.
And like I'm looking into our chat here, Nagma, is it Tabasum from India? Tabasum says Unpassive is a beacon of hope. And we've seen that on some of the banners. And that, I just never in my life dreamed that I would be part of something that would be a beacon of hope for humanity. I mean, did you? I really, we all dreamed about it, but it just, again, I'm not going to start crying again because I could easily do so. It is so huge. It's almost hard to fathom, really. It's, we are going to see, if God grants us tomorrow, we are going to see the transformation of the world, this people, and not just people like in poverty-stricken nations where they're finally going to have water and food and all of these, and clothing and all of those basic necessities of life. So that's going to be just an incredible transformation. But those subtle ways, like say in the US, where someone is, say, a talented musician, but never had enough money for an instrument or the training or anything. And that person finally gets to explore that and then changes the world with their music. I know, is it DJ Skeeper? Lynn? Ha! Incredible talent that has shared so many songs about Unpassive. Just imagine that he was not able to afford instruments or just never had the support as a young man. Just how the world would be different because of that, not that music, that message not getting out to the world. So that is the thing I'm actually even more excited about to see, because it's subtle, right? And it's going to have a huge ripple effect in so beautiful and very tender way. I know, Mario, you have something to share on that concept.
Oh, I'm fired up. I love to hear you speak. I love your heart as well. And it's so true. It's so true that we really need to understand what we have what we have our hands on, right? We have the ability to impact anybody simply because they don't need to know any tech stuff. They don't need to be involved, but you can change someone's life simply. So this next phase, the foundership obviously was great trying to get it, but this, I believe this next phase becomes even more important, simply because Ash has made it very clear that we've gotten more founders than we really need. Right now, it's about finding that core. It's about finding the people that are actually going to find, I believe, the next collection of leaders that are really going to push this to the next level. And I believe that most of them are already here. We just got to kind of continue to mine those, continue to give them a voice. My biggest inspiration is seeing people that were here listening when they speak for the first time. It just, my heart just blows up, because that's what it's all about, right? It's about helping people reach their potential, and part of reaching your potential is reaching whatever that next level is for you. You know, for some people, it could be the whole bag. For other people, it could be simply, I feel like I'm in somewhere that people understand me, and it can be so simple as that. We don't put enough value on that because we're so used to running around with our heads cut off, trying to chase a world that really has nothing to offer us. We are that change. Don't forget that.
Yeah. Wow.
Could I jump in real quickly here? Real quickly. I've got somebody in one of my guardians actually in a YouTube chat. He is saying it's yin yang, and he will say, "On Passive will bring shockwaves of love worldwide and uplift humanity like never seen before." And then a little later he says, "Thanks for sharing. Life-changing indeed. On Passivians have so much to be grateful for." That's just one of my chat guardians that I just happened to jump and catch that. As I could look for more, but that's great. I think what he has to say there.
Wow. Wow, that was amazing. Whew, I have had, you know, we all attend a lot of webinars, right? And we're just sort of gotten maybe accustomed to steeping in love, steeping in the good feeling, because it's really it's very rare for it not to be just good feeling. Sometimes my cheeks hurt at the end of webinars, especially ones that are run by Lynn Nakamoto, because she has these wonderful long goodbyes at the end where I almost can't bear the joy. It's just, sometimes it's overwhelming, right? Just people just saying goodbye. It's like the Waltons, if people remember that show, you know, Night Jim Bob, Night Mary Ellen, where it's a US thing, but it's just basically a family in an old farmhouse, and every night they call out to each other, "Good night, you know, good night, brother, good night, sister." And that's what it feels like to me. And I just think we're in such a beautiful place. Oh, I forgot my train of thought there. I was talking about love. It's overwhelming. Oh my goodness. Well, I think we're probably winding down, Lynn, right?
Yes, and I see probably Listra wants to share some thoughts she has read in the YouTube, I'm guessing, right, Listra?
In the chat here, Kevin Rutledge said, "On Passive has already changed my life in many ways. On Passive will change the lives of everyone, even those who don't participate." And that is so true. Anita Zab says, "Together we're unstoppable. I'm so grateful to be part of history in the making. Love you all." So yeah, you know, one more here. Alima says, "It's been such a great moment in my life since I joined On Passive in 2021. It has really changed my life. It's something that I didn't dream of, to get the kind of value I get from On Passive. Thank Ash Mafara and all the leaders and the tech teams." All so far.
That is beautiful. I
Can
really
I jump
loving
one more
this
time, real
format.
quick, one more time on
Yes.
another chat? Here's
Yes.
Emily Kamani. I love the quote our CEO gives us that says, "I can't change the whole world, but I can change somebody's life." I look forward to when I will change somebody's life positively through On Passive. Thank you, Mr. Ash. And there's a lot of those type of sayings on this particular chat. So I know we don't have time to go through all of them, but that's just one that's really nice from someone I've never even heard from before, Emily Kamani.
And Emily is in Kenya. She's very active. She's a very strong visionary, and she's never faltered, as far as her journey in Unpassive. I'm really proud of Emily, and she makes it a point to come to webinars and to be in the YouTube chats. When people hear about the webinars, if they're being live streamed, a lot of the folks that are outside of the US, sometimes they prefer to go through YouTube, through that live stream. For one thing, it's a lot lower price for them to access a YouTube live stream than to access a webinar. So we'll see a lot of our people from other countries on these YouTube chats for a reason, but that doesn't mean they don't want to be heard. Their voices need to be heard. So I think it's a really neat thing that we're starting to include their comments, their written comments into the live webinars. Thanks.
Lynn, I totally agree. This is, I don't know if this has been done on other webinars, but this is the start of something beautiful, of having our chat team reading comments from YouTube. How beautiful is this? I have a whole list of them that are on our chat, but before I get to those, Neeraj, would you like to share your thoughts?
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity. So Lynn asked if somebody can tell how they changed, how one's life got changed in a word or two. So here are 5 things that are going to change or that are happening as I speak. Number 1, philanthropist. We are going to be a philanthropist once the whole on passive kicks in. Second, friendships. Third, abundance mindset. Fourth, valuable. And last one is always happy. Thank you.
I was just typing those in the chat. Wonderful, wonderful. As always, Neeraj, that was fantastic. Okay, so I really want to read some of these that were just posted in. Clara Nolt says, On Passive has changed my life in so many ways. One huge thing that has changed is getting all negative thoughts and behavior out of my being. I am so inspired by the positivity and love among the founders. I anticipate being able to reach out and help so many needs. Amen. Fantastic, Clara. And Pat Parent also shares, On Passive has changed my life with our On Passive family, and such inspirations and blessing we get each day to lift up us all. The hearts of everyone gives blessing to pay it forward to those that need it. When they're down and out, smiles, just a smile, handshakes, a meal, etc. Sharing love to all, life changing daily. Literally daily. I'm speechless. These comments are phenomenal. Myra says, not everyone is a public speaker, and sometimes written words are not even enough to express what On Passive means to many of us. Like we had said, we have to invent a new dictionary just for On Passive, and that is the truth.
Can I do one more?
Absolutely.
Okay, this is Tiana Pangan. I think Lynn knows her. I blow my tears. It changed my life. Look forward for On Passive. Be blessed successfully. So amazing. It change everyone's life. Yes, boom. On Passive is beautiful. That got me.
Tiana, that's fabulous. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I think we're winding down on time, Lynn. So Mario,
is it okay if I read one more on here, Jean?
Sure.
His name is
bring it in.
Joao, I don't know, Joao. But anyway, he said, On Passive is a gift from God to humanity. And Mr. Ash was the chosen one to develop and implement it. Thank you, Mr. Ash. I think that's beautiful. Beautiful.
Is it Joao? I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I know who you're speaking
I'm
of.
not sure. Joao, or whoever.
We have a lot of different names.
But I think we're close.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
It could be John in Portuguese too.
I think it may be, yes. So Mario, did you have a few final words for us after this incredible webinar?
I did. I'm just so excited, so so filled up by all of you, all of your messages. I love Lynn's platform with Lynn and Rob. And I can see how effective it is, because you're right, not everyone likes to speak, but giving a platform to have people come and commune and being able to read their comments and just interacting is, I believe, what we all need to be doing as we move forward, as we start to feel pulled and called for. Reach out to Lynn. It's a wonderful platform that they're using to put out comments and to utilize that. I think it's super effective. And as we go, and as people begin to lead, I believe that some of these communities are going to get smaller, more intimate, which is so important, so that we do get people to begin to express themselves, however which way that is. If it starts with sending a message, pretty soon they'll be singing like everyone else. And so I thank you for the opportunity. It's been a lot of fun. I appreciate all your love and support, and see you all at the new top.
Absolutely. Well, I, as your humble host today, on behalf of Milo, would love to thank, first off, our chat, I don't want to say police, the chat commissioner and his incredible team for all your work on the YouTube chats today and the Zoom chat. I want to thank Lynn Nakamoto for your incredible co-hosting, as always. Marty DeGarmo for your incredible thoughts and managing the live stream. And everybody who attended today, all the participants, all the panelists that shared your energy with us to make this a very special webinar talking about the heart, a heart-centered life with Mario. Just amazing. So thank you all. And Lynn, did I forget anything there?
Oh, well, Milo's here in spirit. He's at
yes, he is
playing piano at a wedding, but he's with us. He said he can't wait to watch the replay. And you did well, Jean. I'm sure he's going to be happy. And he was really looking forward to hearing Mario's message, because Mario is dynamic. Mario is just motivational and inspirational. So I think he will be very pleased with what happened today. Thank you, Jean.
And Mario, I hope we see more of you in the meetings. Everybody does what they're comfortable, but I personally, and I know I speak for a lot of people here, we hope to see more of you, because you have such beautiful words and inspiration to share with us. And everybody remember to subscribe to Milo's channel on Passive Milo on YouTube. And, if you're on YouTube right now, click the like, the save, and share it to get Mario's message out to the world. It's an important one. And then I will hand over to Lynn to end the live stream and recording. And thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you, Jean, and thank you, Mario. Let's take it to the gallery now. And what we're going to do is ask everybody to unmute, and then don't forget to come back next week for my Milo show. Okay, there's always something special that Milo offers. All right, here we go.
Bye-bye from New York City, everybody.
Bye from Canada.
See you later.
Bye from Canada.
USA.
Bye
Good
job, Jean. Good job.
Thank you, Mario.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Great
Jean.
job,
Wonderful
Jean.
day.
And good night.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so much.
Mario.
So long.
Bye, Myra, Kevin,
Thank you so
John,
much.
Marilla.
PNG
Bye.
Christine.
Thank you, Jean. Thank
Bye,
you, Milo.
Akram, Marcienne. I hope
Myra.
everything is. Anybody that's not feeling well, I hope you feel better.
Marcy.
Bye.
Bye,
See you
everybody.
later.
Hey.
See you, John. See you,
Hey,
Christina.
Hi,
okay,
Armand.
All right.
Hi, Armand.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Jean.
Yes.
Yeah,
Here
Thank
we
you. Thank
go.
you.
See ya.
See you on
See ya.
John
PNG.
Barilla.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for
See you on the
watching.
you.
Night, night
PNG.
for everyone.
Bye-bye.
Doing housework.
Who goes
Good
there?
night. Good night.
Bye
Thanks,
now.
Listra.
Miss
Marcienne.